Teacher Lynn is now playing Tabletop Simulator. We're recording! Oh my god! We're totally recording. And Lynn is playing Tabletop Simulator, it said.
I am?
That's what it said.
It's news to her, too.
Alright, it's there.
Okay. So Sirius Jess isn't here yet, so he'll probably be here, 15, 20 minutes. That's kind of his usual. Alright. How did I want to go about this? Okay, so the first thing...
Well, let me choose the aspects. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. The first thing that we want to talk about is humanity. If you guys remember, last week we talked about frenzy and something else. What was it? I don't remember.
We talked about resonance.
Yeah, frenzy and resonance. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about humanity. We've done this before, but it's been a long time, so I kind of want a refresher on it. So, humanity is our measurement of how close a vampire is to their human life, to specific people that draw them toward life and light, and to to just general human concerns. Most vampires lose humanity as they age, as the alien beast within them gnaws away at their sentiments and their memories. So let's discuss the ratings of humanity. So at humanity 8, which is, I think Craig is still at humanity 8? Or did I lower you to 7 yet?
Yes.
You are at 7 now?
No, I'm at 8 unless
you're at 8.
I don't think I haven't done a roll for the stage.
Okay. You probably won't hold it for too much longer because I'm going to start doing this all the time. But humanity 8, we're looking at you still feel pain for the hurts that you and your kind inflict. Your human guise remains passable, and the memories remain fresh, and new instincts for community spring up like green shoots from your long-dead soul. You can roll 2 dice for rouse checks for the Blush of Life, which we hardly ever use in this game, because we don't play a whole lot of social scenes with people, with mortals. But keep that in mind, because I'm going to forget. While you have humanity 8, you can roll 2 dice to activate the Blush of Life. Blush of Life allows you to taste and digest wine. Blush of Life allows you to have sexual intercourse and maybe even enjoy it. You do have to have Blush of Life running. And you can rise from day sleep up to an hour before sunset. That I was already giving you, if you remember, like, you woke up before Jessica did at her house and then you just left. I was already doing that part. Yeah. Okay, humanity 7, which I think might be where most of you have written down. Keep in mind as I read these that if something fits you better, let's talk about it. Okay? Well, humanity 7. Vampires of this level can usually pass for mortals. The vampire feels some connection to other beings, even human beings, though more than a little selfishness shines through. They have a rouse check for Blush of Life. They cannot have sexual intercourse per se, but can fake it. And unless using the Blush of Life, any food or drink that they take, they immediately vomit. Except in Jessica's case, because she can actually consume it. And it is a composure and stamina difficulty 3 to get outside or to a bathroom without, embarrassing yourself if you have to eat something. That's what humanity 5 looks like, or humanity 7. That's what humanity 7 looks like. Humanity 6. Hey, people die and stuff breaks. You have little difficulty with the fact that you need blood to survive, and that you do what needs to be done to get it. You might not go out of your way to wreck things and kill people, but you don't cry bloody tears over it either. You are not automatically horrid, and kindred at this stage don't win any prizes for congeniality either.
That's what Milo's currently at.
That's That's... You might decide that you're actually at 5 when I read it. So...
What I'm thinking, but like, 6 still seems a little too humane for her. I think.
So, Humanity 6, you cannot have sexual intercourse, but you can fake it. But it's at a 1 die penalty
Fake it till you
compared to
make it.
what Humanity 7 was. And with a Blush of Life, you need a Composure plus Stamina, difficulty 3, just to keep food down for an hour. Okay. Right. Now, Humanity 5, which Mila might actually be at. At this point, you've been around the block. Most neonates, which is what you guys actually are, most neonate, except for Craig, and some Ancilla
Yes.
fall into this range. You've internalized pain and anguish, and you begin to accept it as part of your existence. You don't particularly care about mortals one way or the other, except for your pets or your touchstones. After all, you're never going to be mortal again, so why bother? You're selfish, you lie like it's second nature, and you may manifest some minor physical eeriness or malformation, such as unnatural hue to the eyes. You suffer a 1 die penalty on all rolls to interact with humans, especially insight and persuasion. The exception is intimidation, seduction, or any roll to hunt or kill. But just normal social, trying to persuade humans, they sense you as a predator, and you get -1 die on that. With the Blush of Life, you can fake sexual intercourse. You have to have the Blush of Life going to do it. And that is what Humanity 5 is. I don't think any of you are going to be at Humanity 4, so I didn't write that down. I figured that Mila would probably go to 5, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure. I think she's on her way to 5, but I
You don't
don't
think
know
she's
if
quite
she's
there yet?
I
Okay.
don't think so.
All right.
She will be relatively soon, but I think
Okay. Everybody else, what do you think? Think you're all still around 7?
Yeah.
Did Sirius just come yet? I heard something ding.
No.
Okay, he did talk to us. That's what ding. No hurry. Okay. Where was I? What was I doing? Find the window I was at. Dumbass computer.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay, so I want to talk about stains. We all know what a stain is, right? Basically?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what your chronicle tenets are? We haven't talked about them in a long time.
I don't.
Okay. Well, our chronicle tenets, what we have labeled control the beast. There are 3 rules. The first one is do not become the monster. The second one is don't give up on yourself. And the third one is resist tyranny. So breaking any of these tenets causes stains. Breaking any of your own convictions causes stains. And then in addition to Chronicles and a vampire's personal convictions, humanity shifts in response to actions with major storyline significance, like embracing a new child, damage to a touchstone, and so forth. Stains are recorded on your humanity track. They're ticked off from the rightmost empty squares. So any stains left over after filling those trigger degeneration and aggravated willpower damage. Now, blood bonding a mortal, that is making a ghoul, gives you 1 stain. Embracing a mortal gives you 2 stains. Having your touchstone damaged for any reason is 1 stain. Having your touchstone damaged due to your own actions is 2. Having your touchstone destroyed or killed is 2, and if your touchstone is destroyed or killed due to your own actions, that is 3 stains. Now, degeneration, which is what happens when your stains exceed the number of empty boxes you have. If a character accumulates more stains than they have empty humanity boxes, they become impaired, which is -2 dice on all rolls, as they are overcome with regret. They also take 1 aggravated willpower damage for each stain they couldn't mark on the tracker. In this state, a character is incapable of further tenet violations, and if forced to, they must test for Terror Frenzy at difficulty 4 instead of going through these Chronicle tenet violations. And then Remorse, which is how you remove your stains. A character with any stains at the end of a session makes a Remorse test. Roll a number of dice equal to the empty, unmarked boxes on your humanity track. Even if the track is full, you still roll 1 die. If the roll result has at least 1 success, then the character has suffered enough guilt or shame or regret to retain their current humanity. If the remorse has no success, the beast is won. The character must lose 1 point of humanity, and then in both cases, you remove all the stains. So you accumulate stains during a session, and at the end of the session, then you make a remorse test. Any questions?
Nope.
I mean, it makes sense now, but it's one of those things where you're gonna have to like.
Yeah.
We need to be reminded, probably.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Me too. Anyway, try to keep whenever you do anything that you think might have a humanity effect on your character, whether it actually goes against your convictions or not, whether it actually goes against the Chronicle tenets or not, then tell me, I think my character should get a stain for this. And then we'll mark one. It would be fun if Mila gets down to humanity 0 and becomes a monster you guys have to hunt.
You guys hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, okay, good. Hey,
You
sis,
made
sorry.
it.
So I'm trying to patch a hole right now while I'm like listening to this. So I'm
Okay.
gonna have to go mute for like 10 minutes. If that's hopefully that doesn't impede the story.
No, it should be fine.
But I can hear everything. But I just want to be able to talk.
Somebody
I'm
kicked a
using
hole in
both
the
hands.
wall or what?
Water damage, and then
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it's a whole long thing.
Well,
Actually sucks.
Yeah, but I think we're wrapping
You
up
know,
real soon with it. So
if we're in your way, you can always turn us off and come back when you're done. You don't have to have us on.
it's so good. I mean, I can work while I listen.
All right, cool.
It's like an
But it just
audiobook.
might be hard for me to switch up.
It's
Yeah.
just entertainment, but it's less entertaining when until Hector's done patching the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
Okay. Oh, did anybody have any questions? Humanity, stains, degeneration, remorse, anything that we've talked about?
Just gonna have to work on
Ah.
resonance.
Yeah, resonance is something that we all have to keep making sure that we do. Okay. So
I
let's
think
see.
how
We've
many
got-
convictions in touchstone?
You can have up to 3. Anywhere between 1 and 3.
Okay.
What are yours, by the way?
All right. Just making sure.
What are your convictions?
Well, Craig's is Craig just has the one where he's don't do harm to anything that don't do unnecessary harm to anything that cannot repay the favor. You know, like
Oh,
don't
okay.
hurt something that can't get vengeance on its own.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And he has to watch his father.
Oh,
Yeah.
one thing I almost forgot because I didn't make a note of it. We're going to give Mila a stain from last time for when she murdered some innocent traitor chick. Okay, so we're going to have Mila make a remorse check from the last session to see if she loses her humanity, 6? Okay, so you've got 1 stain. So there is a remorse button on your character sheet, so you just need to push that. But what it's going to roll is a die for every empty box on your humanity tracker. So that'll be 3. If you're at humanity 6 and you have 1 stain, then you should have 3 empty boxes.
Sanity path.
Yep, you got 3 successes. You are just fine with murdering somebody's grandma. I mean, your prince told you to do it anyway. Plus, she was
Wasn't
all
it-
hoity-toity and fancy and shit. And yeah, those guys gotta go.
In the name of God and country.
Okay. So let's step on to our... Oh, anybody want to take a look at our factions page while we're here? I added Sheriff Alex to Prince James's space because for some reason he wasn't on there. I had forgotten all about him. So you've got Sheriff Alex in Prince James's space, and you've got Sheriff Isaac in Prince Goldman's space. And you've got Enforcer Tujax, who's basically Baron Vincent's prince, but yeah, he's, I mean, Baron Vincent's sheriff, but he's not really a sheriff because he doesn't have traditions to it. Basically, his job is to do what Vincent says and be his muscle. And then if the Rat King has risen as sheriff, you have no idea. So maybe he does, maybe he
He's
doesn't.
his own sheriff.
He may very well be his own sheriff. You can be pretty sure that Spider's not being sheriff, because Spider is not a very physically imposing figure. But you guys don't know very many of the city's Nosferatu. So you knew Spider and you knew Cleo, and Cleo died. And plus that was like 15 years ago. Okay. Now, let's go on to our recap page. The Final Death. I didn't put it, but this is episode 2. Even the immortal Kindred don't last forever. Sunlight, fire, decapitation. There are ways to destroy them. The spines of the cactus, in their 21 years of unlife, have experienced more horror than most kindred twice their age. From the cold-blooded murder of a stripper behind Noche Vida, to being trapped in an RV trailer while their friend's hand was cut off, to the torture of Craig and the rescue of Emily. What they haven't experienced so far is the true loss of someone close to them. But death comes for everyone, even the monsters of the night. And this is the story of how the spines of the cactus were forced to learn that the dead can die again. That they do die again. That the final death is indeed something to fear. The night is a dangerous place with enemies in every shadow. Sometimes they even look like friends. Nowhere is safe. Danger is all around you. War has fallen on the kindred of El Paso, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time. The Second Inquisition is seething at the loss of its agents. Faith hunters have been tracking kindred for months. The Sabbat is out there somewhere. Antoine Salazar still wants Craig. Archbishop Felix Zambada Valdez has been organizing the Sabbat, and according to the Prince of Mexico City, Rodrigo is still pulling their strings. In addition, lupine activity has started to surge again, though for the most part they've stayed out of kindred business, but wolves will be wolves, and eventually their business will clash with kindred business. It always does. So no, this was not a good time for the clans to go to war. But war was inevitable, and now the best thing to do is to bring a swift end to it. The spines of the cactus are trying to support Prince James and maintain their neutrality at the same time. An impossible task, but so far so good. Jessica and Hector went to speak with Aaron Hopkins, the leader of the Malkavian clan in the city. Not a powerful clan in any sense of the word, but their alliance to Baron Vincent had given the Anarchs an advantage they wouldn't have had otherwise. A seer. Jessica and Hector were to do everything they could to convince Hopkins to leave Vincent's side. Whether he rejoined with Prince James and the Camarilla didn't matter. Removing the piece from Vincent's board is what mattered. And talking with him and his 2 fledglings, the truth came out. Vincent had blood bonded Aaron Hopkins, making it impossible for the Malkavians to leave or to betray the Bruja. Little does Baron Vincent know, there is one in this city who has learned to destroy a blood bond. The spines of the cactus are gathering at the old motel behind the Scarlet Song, where Jessica plans to set her sire free of Vincent's control, and possibly even turn her clan to Prince James's faction. And I have kind of a second opening here. Jessica Warren has always been a special case. The power to sense the unseen is something kindred tend to turn off and on when the need for it arises. That allows them to dismiss and ignore the monsters that are constantly hiding in plain sight. Jessica keeps this power running. She constantly watches the shadows and deep corners of every room, nodding her head to conversations unheard, or stopping short to keep from walking into someone who's not there. As nights grow darker, the world is more full of ghosts and specters, most of them about their own business. But she also sees the other things, the real monsters, the dripping ooze that slips from someone's pant leg, the bloated bat creature following a woman as she saunters into a club, the slimy, green-brown beast on the back of the kid taking orders at the fast food place, and the tentacled creature reaching into the brain of the homeless man on the corner. This is the world that Jessica lives in. Nothing surprises her anymore. But it's also hard to tell the real from the truly real. And that leads us here, in the parking lot of an old, run-down motel. Let me move us to the old, run-down motel. Okay, so it's actually in a lot worse condition than this.
I thought they were supposed to improve it.
Well, this is a motel that has been kind of set aside for you guys to do with as you wish. It is just to the side of the Scarlet Song that the Toreador bought for you guys, which she is now running as a business. So, I mean, it wasn't entirely for you. Okay, so you're in the parking lot of this old motel. This is kind of a place you guys have been using as a jail, as an interrogation room, or anything else you need to do. Maybe some of you are even living here now. I don't know. I want everybody to roll a die as you guys are gathering here, and higher rolls get here first. And we only need one die to come from Craig and Bright, and we only need one die to come from Jessica and Hector, because you guys are together. Hey, you guys pretty much all got here at the same time.
Right. Yeah, and Bright's outside, so
Mm-hmm.
I could roll for him though. Oh wait.
Yeah, he doesn't need a roll because
Okay.
he came with Craig. So
Okay, he came with
Craig
Craig.
actually got here first, just by only a couple of minutes. Craig and Bright. So they got here, and then both of you guys' cars pull up too. Okay. And as you're getting out of the car, Jessica sees a man down the parking lot towards the end of the motel. There's not a gate going to a road. It's not an entrance. It's just, the motel goes that way and it stops. And there's a man walking down towards you guys. Purple suit, green hair, and face painted like a clown. He looks like he just stepped out of the Joker movie. Does he exist? You do not know. Well, he exists in some way or form. You're not so mentally messed up that you see things that don't exist at all. You think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think. Maybe you do.
That's a fun picture.
Yeah.
And Aaron Hopkins, Dr. Walter, and Melissa all, they came with Hector and Jessica. Melissa has been
So,
drawing in the back seat of the car.
hey, Melissa, what are you drawing?
And she looks up and shows you. And she shows you a picture of Joker right out of the Joker movie. A little bit better of a drawing than this guy's disguise. Or, costume.
What is he doing?
He's looking for his family. Yeah, that's it. He's looking for his family. Did you see the Joker movie? It was great.
It was pretty intense.
Not
Not as crazy as the Riddler movie, though.
The Riddler movie.
Well, it was the new Batman.
Oh. I didn't see that yet.
It's a long movie.
I don't like things that are long.
Anywho.
So
Okay.
everybody's unloading from the car, and Craig pulls up. No, Craig was already here. Craig and Bright.
So I think we need to go and find out what the Joker is here about.
Who'd you say that to?
Is he talking to
Craig and
or,
Bright.
Yeah, well,
Because they're the only ones here besides Hopkins and us, right?
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Hector's here, but he's real quiet, dreaming about holes in the wall and how to fix them.
Right.
Okay, well, I guess we'll.
Oh, and Mila's here. Mila got here at the same time as you guys, and Mila's here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna look at the guy in,
Back on comms.
on comms. I'm gonna look at the Joker guy and wave at him.
I'm gonna confirm. She sees this guy, but I do not.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
you
right?
guys don't see anything. No. She looks just down the parking lot and waves. She's been known to do this. Wave at nobody.
Right.
He stops. He stops mid-step, kind of surprised that you see him, and he waves.
Who are you waving at?
Melissa's Joker.
My Joker? And she holds up the picture
So
again.
I'm gonna go ahead and just walk over towards him and just say hello.
Bark, bark. Okay.
Woof. That's Krieg's line.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk over and say hello, and he
Mhm.
puts his
Sorry.
finger to his lips.
Okay.
He doesn't look like a ghost the closer you get. There's not like wisps of air going through him or anything. He seems material, but
He's just got really good stuff.
he could just have really good stuff, or sometimes it's hard to tell if a ghost is a ghost. And then there are other things too, so there's no telling what it is.
All right, we'll play it that way. At least my thing is at least Melissa doesn't think the Joker is gonna hurt anybody. He's just looking for something.
Okay, so you guys get here, and Jessica goes walking off about 30 feet or so down the parking lot, and She said hello to something.
I'm
She
gonna
didn't
walk
seem
with
to get a
her, so she's
response.
not
Okay.
going by.
Okay. So Mila steps up next to you. No, you don't see anything there.
Right, I know, but I don't want her to be walking around all crazy by herself.
Hey, it's good to know the girl's got my back.
Wright mutters under his breath, Malkavians do Malkavian things.
Aaron comes walking up behind you too.
Wait,
What's going on? You
if I
see
if I
something?
heard that right, Jessica's approaching, then Hector's walking behind her too.
Okay. What do you see?
He probably asked her under his breath, "What's going on?"
Something that's gonna have to wait till later, I guess. All right. So let's get this show on the road, shall we?
All right. So you guys all turn away from him. Take a couple of steps, and then you hear a laugh. And it freaks out most
What
of you.
was that?
Yeah, you turn around and
We all?
you see this fucking guy, this Joker dude. He puts his fingers in his mouth and pulls up his smile. And Aaron Hopkins turns around really slow. Oh, I know that laugh.
Who is it, Aaron?
And he turns around. Master? Aaron? I felt the coming of my clan. And I wanted to be here. So many of you. So many. So, Aaron doesn't seem frightened as much as nervous. But any of you with any sense of insight, and it's pretty much all of you, register that. He's shocked and he's nervous, but he's not necessarily frightened. How did you find me? It really wasn't that hard. I can sense you in the network. It's been 50 years since you went to sleep, Master. Yes, 50 years, yes.
Master?
Ah, he's my student. Isn't that right, Aaron? And Hopkins nods his head. Student. Everything has gotten so tense. We were laughing and having good time. I am Dragos, and he does a little bow. It is you know what? I'm gonna make an etiquette roll to show you how awesome he is at his little bow. Because I don't think anyone's ever made an etiquette roll in this game before. And it's about time somebody makes an etiquette roll. Character sheet.
Well, I have nothing in etiquette, so I can't really make an etiquette roll.
What do you think it'll be? Dexterity or charisma?
Charisma, I would think.
I think so too.
Charisma.
Come on, pull that thing down so I can click on stuff. Charisma. 0 modifier. Did I win? Or did I make a fool out of myself?
I mean, you're a clown, so you can do both at the same time.
Well, he didn't do
Yes.
very good. So it was not a
It didn't
very
fall on his face
impressive.
either.
He didn't fall on his face, but it was not a very impressive bow. But you know, since none of you guys have probably ever been bowed to before, outside of a combat situation, sporting combat situation.
Didn't the Joker do that in one of his movies? One of those weird bows, or was that
Probably.
Pennywise?
I don't know. He probably did.
Probably yes and yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dragos, pleased to meet your acquaintance. And you are.
I am
And
Jessica.
he looks. Yeah, he looks at you, and you can almost feel him penetrating your mind. And as you say, Jessica, then he says it with you, Jessica. And then he looks at Melissa. Melissa. You seem to be screaming your name in your head, Melissa. And she smiles. Hi. And Dr. Walter Triton. Doctor. It's very important. And he just nods his head. None of you guys have heard him talk except for, I mean, Jessica has, but not in game. No, wait, I think you did actually in game. Didn't you have a little conversation with him once? I think you
It was
did.
very
Anyway,
short.
he doesn't talk much.
He's not very talkative.
No. I am Dragos. Come to meet with you. Come to see how my clan is doing. And why in El Paso of all places? Aaron, what brings you to El Paso instead of waiting for me? I waited
I
for
just
10
turned to look at
years.
Aaron.
I waited for 10 years. You wanted me to wait for 50 years? Wow. I mean, no, not really. Okay. Other people. You. And he points at Hector. I am Dragos.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. And then I do like a little bow, like one of these things where like I have my feet together
Uh-huh.
and I bend at the hip and do the with my right hand. I kind of or not right. Wait, which one is the one that's my fucked up hand? I'm trying to remember.
Your right hand's your
Whichever
fucked up
one
hand.
my. Okay, yeah. So with that one and the weird, and whatever,
Okay.
yeah, the prosthetic I have with the clenched fist or whatever, I do this like circular motion moving forward, like clockwise towards him.
Okay.
You know that bow I'm talking about, right? Where the one
Yeah.
where you're like leaning forward at the hip and
Yep.
and as
You're being a little bit of a snot. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm not openly mocking him. I'm just trying to, I'm being playful.
Yeah, he seems to recognize. I mean, you get the sense that he's being playful, kind of, but you also get the sense with
Yep.
that it's quite possible his being playful is a disguise.
Yeah. But I'm not. I mean, the way I'm doing it, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm like playing along. So like, hey, you did a bow, I'm doing a bow for you. What's up?
Yeah. And then he looks at Craig. I am Dragos.
That's
Right
good.
sitting near Craig with his arms crossed and his hand inside of his armpit with his hand on his shoulder holster, trying to be nice and relaxed, but still being aware.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. This is Bright.
Right.
Right nods.
And who are you?
Nobody really.
If you think that, it will be the truth. And then he just moves on.
What?
And he looks at Mila. I am Dragos.
Is Mila talking?
I heard like a word come out.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Nope.
There we go.
Okay, good.
Golly, I don't know what's up with this today.
I am Dragos.
Mila.
Mila.
Mhm.
Ah, pretty name for pretty girl. Okay, now that we all know each other, what are we doing here today? I am here because you are here, Aaron. And Hopkins
I
looks,
kind of
he side glances to Jessica.
So I just give him one of those looks and says, well, today you're my patient. You tell me.
Well, everybody, this is Dragos. I guess he's Dragos now. Yeah, I am Dragos, he says with this just huge grin on his face. And Hopkins says, he was known as Joker when I was with him in the 70s.
Is he your sire?
He is not my sire. He killed my sire and took me to train me. Isn't that right? Dragos. Yeah, well, she was kind of horrible, and I see much potential in you. I made you what
Headhunting
you
is a little
are.
different.
You what?
Headhunting is a little different in the vampire world.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Was and Craig kind of like looks at him. A Joker as in the playing card, or Joker as in the comic book character?
Joker as in I make joke. I did
Ah,
learn they tell me about this comic book character. And then a friend of mine showed me movie a few days ago, so I dress like movie. You like? And he like
ah.
he spins around, shows you the costume all the way around. Do you like? Mr. Nobody.
You're creepy.
It's good.
It's yes, I kind of like fun creepy. I kind of like. The people look at me very fun. Yes.
So I look at Aaron and I say, it's up to you. I could have somebody take him next door to get a drink. Or I could tell him, but it's up to you.
And Aaron nods his head. I don't remember what personality Aaron was in when you guys talked to him. If you could sum up Aaron's personality from last time you talked to him, what was it? Because it's still the same day.
Sheepish.
So it should still be the same. Okay. Then yeah, that's how he's still, because his personality changes by the next day, so he's still sheepish. And he kind of just nods his head. And he looks up.
Is that yes, send him next door, or yes, let him in?
Let him in. And he looks up at Dragos and he says, she's my child. And he side glances again at Jessica. And Dragos looks at you and says, I know. I can feel it. He says, she has Vasantasena's ability to destroy the blood bond. Oh, very nice. I'm glad to see that my bloodline is expanding. So you, Jessica, you have learned to destroy the blood bond.
Yes. Is
Very
that something you know how to do?
interesting. No, I was not able to learn this skill when my sire attempted to teach me. I am, however, the agent of chaos that Vasantasena was, and I kind of taking pride in this. Chaos.
Okay.
But I am glad to see that the strength of her blood continues to flow into new Canaanites. I think you made good choice, Aaron. Jessica is strong. I can feel it. And you feel him pushing against your brain again. And as you feel him do it, you know this is someone who has an understanding of the dominate discipline beyond anything you've experienced before. You don't think you could hide anything from him if he really started digging.
Can I just send him that I'm really annoyed and he needs to stop it?
But it's more
Since he's digging
it's
in
more
my
feelings.
brain.
You can't send messages.
Yes, but I can send annoyance.
Yes, you can send annoyance. Yep. His smile seems to get just a little bit bigger. Okay, I would like to see this done. Mayhaps that is why I'm here. To see it done. I have not seen a blood bond destroyed since I saw Vasantasena do it. Vasantasena.
You've met her.
Oh yes, she was my sire's sire.
Interesting.
This was in year... Oy. It's so far to remember. $1,200 something. It is so hard to remember. It happens when we get older. We have trouble remembering the past. Even things that happened a century or 2 centuries ago take like a form of meditation to remember. Something you will all learn in time.
All right, well, what are we doing hanging out here? Let's go inside.
Let's go inside. So, as you guys turn around and like go towards the motel door, Melissa steps up to Dragos and hugs him. Just, out of blue, for no reason, all of a sudden. And she says, "Great-grandfather!" And he looks confused and stunned. What is... And then, he hugs her back, and then he takes a step back away from her. Oh, you are very young one.
Yeah, maybe you should paint with her. She likes to paint.
You like to paint? And she says, "Yes, I love paint. I painted, I drew a picture of you." And she shows him the picture of the Joker. And he laughs. Oh, Auspex is very strong in you, little one. Much stronger than in me. You get that from Sestonn. Horse was always Auspex powerful. Me is more dominate. Yes. Let's go! Okay, you guys just pick some random room,
Alright.
or you guys, I don't know, do you guys have like a room set for jail or a room set for interrogations, or have you just been using random rooms?
Well, there should be kind of a larger room, kind of like
I
a
asked
one of
about
those,
that. Last
or
session, I had asked if we got a soundproof room. Remember, for interrogations.
oh yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, you did have one set up. Yep. Okay. Is that where you want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the room, of course, is not nice. The bed is... There is still a bed frame, but there's no mattress. The walls are all messed up. Water damage. Holes in them. Paint's
Yet
peeling.
this still sounds better than Motel 6.
Yeah.
Ah,
But anyway, this is, this is what the motel room might have looked like back when, it was nice. It's not particularly great, but, it was small and cozy, and now it's not. But this was the worst motel room I could find a picture for.
Man, I
They-
should have
yeah.
taken a picture of that other motel room a few
They just
hotels ago.
don't take pictures of inside of motel rooms in old ass abandoned motels. How come? Okay.
You would
Oh
think
my
with all the
gosh.
ghost hunts, there'd be more pictures.
I should have taken a picture of that one motel room.
Well, when I
Oh,
made
yeah.
snuff films,
No, I kid you not. We had a one motel room where the mattress was a full size mattress on a queen size frame. There was no blanket. There was just sheets. The bathroom door only was hanging on by the bottom hinge. And good lord, there was like at least 5 other things wrong with that room, and I'm just like, oh gosh.
Wow.
Anyways.
Did you get a
sounds like the
discount?
beginning of the Hills Have Eyes movie.
Yeah, it sounds like...
Yeah, no, it's the desk staff was acting very surprised. They had just gotten bought and they were in the middle of renovation, so they hadn't gotten to that room yet. So yeah.
Oh, very
Anyways,
nice room.
Sorry.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron's just kind of hanging his head. Not only, did his master come back and kind of ruin his world right now, but he wasn't in a very good mood already, needing, his blood bond broken. He was kind of moping in the car on the way over too. So.
True. So I guess before I even take a sip from this guy, I want to scent the bond, just to make sure he really is blood bonded.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Basanta Sena's loathing of blood bonds was part of the reason she targeted the antediluvians and the ties they maintained with their offspring. Such was her power that she could smell the bond on individual vampires and recognize the same odor on the vampire bonded to or bonding them. Once per story on a successful roll of Resolve plus Awareness, difficulty 4, you can do the same. So there you go. Resolve plus Awareness.
Sorry.
2 successes. You do have 2 failed dice that you could use on the reroll if you want.
I'll do it.
You still don't succeed. You didn't re-roll them right.
Oh, I didn't do it right.
No.
Oh no, I didn't. I need a.
You need to go into your character sheet and click on the
All right,
WP
you're gonna have to remember my head to the
re-roll,
willpower reroll.
and yeah.
Like, do you even need to use willpower in this? Because this is one of those things. If you fail, you can just try again right afterwards, right?
Well, I mean, not really. If
Okay, so she fails this
if
time.
she fails, she's
she's gonna have to
going
risk
to
it.
assume that she can't sense it.
Okay.
She can still remove it as long as she believes there is one.
It just makes me very uneasy. So I don't know if it failed. I just can't sense it, even if it was there.
You're not getting a sense for it, but it is very difficult thing to sense. And you're also not very experienced at doing this yet. You thought for a second that maybe you had a scent of it, but you're not convinced.
How much of a
Drago's-
holdover me
Drago
does Aaron get
sidles
if
up.
I?
Drago sidles up to Mila and whispers, "Is this going to be fun?"
I have no idea.
You have not seen
I
this
guess
before.
me either.
No, I mean I have seen this before. You have not seen this before.
No.
It's going to be very much fun.
Hmm. All right.
Okay, and Jessica does not get a sense of the blood bond. Dr. Triton takes his book and sits down on the floor in the corner and opens up his book and goes back to reading. He seems very self-involved and quite antisocial. It's also quite possible that he was just antisocial normal, as a human being, and now that's his problem, his Malkavian problem. It's quite possible.
Okay. Am I allowed to try this again? As
No.
far as sensing the bond?
No. But you don't have to have this. I don't think you have to have the bond scented. No. It's just.
Here's my concern. That he was lying to me, and then I take a sip of him, and then I get blood bonded to him.
Yes, that can very much happen. Well, it won't be a full blood bond. You'll just be one step of the way, and you'll know it. It takes like three times over 3 different nights to actually get yourself fully bonded.
So I look at Aaron and I tell him, it's like, I'm having a tough time even smelling a bond on you.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. We don't have to do this. Not sure I want to do it anyway.
So here's what's going to happen is I'm going to try to take this blood bond off. And if it turns around you're not bonded and this is just a trick to get me bonded, I will kill you. Heck, I'll have Mila help me.
I was just about to volunteer.
Why
Now I'm gonna
everybody?
look.
Don't be so tense. This is fun time. Drago says.
Yeah, I was look at him and go, "This is fun."
Hector just raised an eyebrow while watching.
And
he's amused.
Okay.
Aaron nods. I mean,
well, in that
he
case,
just wasn't
Mila,
expecting that out of
sipping
Jessica.
from me may very well give you one step of bonding. I don't know how your power works, but it takes 3. It takes 3 sips to get fully bonded anyway. And no, that is not my intent. I don't believe in blood bonds. Master Joker doesn't believe in blood
Yet
bonds.
you're bonded. Yet you're bonded.
You think
Okay,
it was my
Mila,
choice?
why don't you hold on to?
The Camarilla
Well,
makes these blood bonds to keep people in check, especially the children of Molkov. We run wild. We cause them all kinds of problems. So they bond us. That's why we resisted Camarilla control. They love their blood bonds.
Mila, would you like to hold on to Aaron?
Sure.
Hector, you're probably going to have to restrain me.
I got you.
Okay, so go ahead and step up to Aaron.
This is going to be fun.
Right, so
And-
I'm gonna rouse. By the way, I'm gonna hit all my shit.
Okay.
Just rouse my strength and all that. I'll take a look at what I need to do here.
Well, rouse just works on one roll. So
What's that?
the rouse works on one roll. When you go to make a roll, then you can rouse the blood to raise that. To raise that.
Oh well,
stat.
first I'm gonna use my prowess.
Yes.
So if I use prowess, it should roll the rouse, right?
Yeah, that's a rouse. For
Okay.
prowess, yes.
Let me do that first. Did that do anything or no?
Rousing success.
Not hungry.
Okay, cool.
Not hungry.
Excellent. All right, so it's on top of that. I could also the rouse is for the specific roll, right? So if I need to restrain or I need the extra stuff.
Yep.
All right, so I can just go with prowess right now. I think.
Yep. And you got potence 2, I think. So you're adding 2 to strength rolls, some shit like that.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So I go ahead and I'll take Aaron's arm.
Okay. He holds out his arm.
Turn back the cuff on his
He kind of
cuff.
shuts his eyes like he doesn't even want to see this done.
And I'll go ahead and pull his wrist to my mouth and then take only the sip that's needed.
Okay. So you drink a mouthful of the Thrall's Vitae. You pull it in. It's not enough to ease your hunger. But you pull it, you draw it into your mouth, and you can feel, you taste the blood bond, the taint, the control. And as you're drawing it in, you focus on that and you pull it, all of it. You reach into it, you reach through his body and you draw all of Vincent's blood out of it and into you. You don't know for sure it's Vincent's blood. That's what he said. You've never tasted Vincent's blood. You don't know what Vincent's blood bond smells like. But you have it.
By the way, Hector has affirmatively put his hands on her shoulders during this time, so that he needs to, restrain her. He's already in position.
Okay. And as you're drawing it in, you feel it. You feel your own beast rising to the surface, full of fear, full of rage, full of hunger. And you have to let her take control, or you won't be able to draw in all of his blood bond.
I hate this part.
And you let her take control.
Yes,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Do you say that out loud? Do you say I hate this part out loud?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that
Right.
Hector's
right,
gonna
right before I lose control.
and with that, Hector will like kind of move his hands to like a hug around her body from the back, very loosely. So there's no pressure, but he's just trying to sense to see whether whether she tenses up, and he just whispers in her ear, "I got you. Don't worry."
Okay, and then the frenzy takes hold. The beast takes control. Jessica is gone. Jessica's beast is in control of this body. But I'm going to let you have control of her.
Have I ever dealt with? Has Hector ever dealt with like a vampire frenzy,
I don't
even
think
in
so.
his time in the West?
Only himself.
Okay. Is it like the kind of?
I mean,
how would I
I
approach?
guess you probably have seen somebody especially you were out with other Bruja during combat situations. So you've
Yeah.
probably seen some fury frenzies, yeah.
Can y'all hear me or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
now
didn't
we
hear
do.
you say anything earlier, though.
Ugh. Well, anyways, so we had that one fight where we went to go rescue the kids, and I think was it Hector that frenzied, and so did the other guy, or no, it was his sire, right?
Right. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't me. I don't think it was. It could have been Enriquez.
I think it was Enriquez. So you've seen it firsthand, like his reaction to it.
The only time that I frenzied in a campaign has been the origin story. Well, I wasn't even actively in a campaign, but
Didn't you frenzy when you attacked the
mage? None of you guys have frenzied. I would know because I take your character away during your frenzy, unless you're writing it out.
No,
like this.
I only frenzied. Yeah, I only frenzied in my origin story. Yeah. Remember where I lost it on the.
Oh yeah,
on the immigration facility.
That was a bad one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't. Craig, I didn't frenzy in the facility. I just didn't give a fuck. Like I got really angry. I pulled up short of frenzy in the.
Okay.
But Enriquez did on that one. He also that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was. The reason I'm asking is like, how, like, can I talk to? I guess this is I'm trying to draw on my knowledge, but I'm asking an out of character question. Can the beast be reasoned with? Like, can I be friendly to the beast? Can I speak to the beast? Or this is just, I just have to dominate it power-wise?
It is, I mean, you can try, but no, its job is to feed or get away from the situation. And I think, I'm not sure, it doesn't say what frenzy this is. So...
Just says it's a right out of frenzy.
Yeah, it doesn't say what frenzy it is. I'm going to assume that it's a feeding frenzy, that it's a hunger frenzy, because your vitae has just been corrupted. So you're wanting to, like, dilute it with fresh stuff.
Well, I figured she'd be just so pissed at him for everything, so she'd be trying to bite it, to, like, kick his butt just because of her existence.
No, we're going to go with a hunger frenzy.
Okay.
The beast is in control. The beast wants to feed and dilute the blood bonds vitae that is inside you right now. It wants to feed. It wants to rip people apart. And I'm giving you full control.
In that case, I'm going to try to bolt out the door.
Mm-hmm. I'm the only blood in the room, am I?
Yes, you are.
Oh, wait. That's right. Bright is alive? Okay,
yep,
so I'll turn over and I'll look at Bright and just kind of smell him.
Do the vampire hiss thing?
More like look at him very longing, like look at him as if that is one fine piece of meat.
Okay.
So I pull my pistol, not aiming at her or anything, just like this is gonna go down. I'm ready, but I'm not instigating anything.
I'm just gonna ask him, like, what are you afraid of? I know you've always wanted to hug me before.
The voice
and
is
so I'm
not
just like slowly
Jessica's
starting to move
voice.
towards him.
The voice does not even sound like Jessica's voice. It has so much more confidence, control, and just meanness and hatred in it.
All right, at this point, Hector's got not like he's not tightening on her, other than he's locked into a position where there's no give. He's making sure, like before it was, hey, I'm trying to give her a space. I'm here, like there's almost a difference between spotting her and it. But now he's like locked his arms into place. I don't want to like hurt her, so I'm not pushing tight, but I've got her locked hard. And I say out loud, "Get Bright out of here now!" to somebody. I just say that aloud. Get Bright out of here right now.
Yeah. I back out the door, not breaking eye contact. Well, not eye contact, but focus.
So I try to just basically do the dead weight drop. Those of you who've had kids, you know what that means.
Yep.
You know, you're holding them, and all of a sudden they just like try to drop out of the arms of the parrot to get free.
Yeah, Hector's very skilled in these kind of moves.
Yeah, he is. I'm not even going to make him roll. I'm not going to make him roll until you start being, really putting more effort into it. He's not having any.
When she tries to drop, now I hold her tight against my chest so she can't. Her body weight's not going anywhere. I'm just holding her like suspended in the air. But now what I'll do then is, so I'll let her like drop. I'm holding her in the air still, so she's kind of off balance, and then I'll actually drop to the floor with her, right? And now wrap my legs around her from behind, so I've got her like her legs underneath my feet that are locked together. I've got my legs around the bottom of like around her hips, and I'm holding her arms locked in my arms so she can't move anywhere. And I'm against the wall using that for support.
Where is her mouth to your body?
So her mouth her head would be directly in front of my head, but I've got my forehead pressed against the back of her head.
Okay. So your forehead is pressed to the back of her head.
Yeah, when we dropped initially, I would have kept my right ear close to her left ear, right? But once we're stabilized against the wall, actually, that's where I'll keep it. I'll keep my right ear to her left ear real close. It's a standard move because even amongst humans, like you wouldn't want somebody to just be able to headbutt you backwards. Right. So I'm keeping my right ear closer to her left ear, so she's got no maneuvering space to turn on me or to use her head as some kind of battering ram. I've got her arms suppressed, like, close to her body or pulled in tight with my arms locked around the front of her chest. And I've got my legs wrapped around her, like she's wearing me like a backpack basically, but we're sitting against the wall. I've got my legs wrapped around her hips. So, and I've got my feet locked. So she's got no maneuverability with her legs. She can't kick them upward or anything like that. Every time she tries to unlock her knees or bend them at all, I push hard down on her legs so she can't get that maneuverability.
So I try to twist this sideways.
Oh, this is good. This good. What?
Hopkins is after.
He's getting up now.
So he's normal, like he's not frenzying or anything like that.
No. He's
no, the intent of you holding him was
he's looking down at his arm where she drank from him. Flexes his hands. She did it. She fucking did it.
Okay. So I can kind of be more like on the side in case Hector needs help holding Jessica, right?
Yep. Okay, Jessica, what are you doing?
I'm trying to literally roll us on the side.
I'm going to call you not Jessica, because that's who you are.
Not Jessica. Correct.
I mean, but unless Hector thinks this is completely useless, he would also be kind of like trying to soothe.
Yeah, you can go for it. Yeah, you're like whispering to her, calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay.
I'm just like, I'm trying to like roll onto my side so I can crouch on all fours, and since I'm wearing him like a backpack, just spring out the door and go find some food.
Okay. You pump a point of blood into your strength to make this roll. I'm telling you. It
Okay,
happens.
is that
So,
aroused?
take a hunger. Make a rouse check. No, wait, don't take a hunger. Just make a rouse check. Yeah, you don't worry about it. You didn't get hungry. And you're gonna make a strength and athletics scroll, and you're gonna add 2. And Hector's gonna make a strength and athletics roll, and he's gonna add his 2 from prowess as well.
For the record, Bright would probably be
I got 2.
a couple steps away from the door
I'm not very
with
strong or athletic.
in case she gets loose,
Mhm.
but definitely like about 5 feet away from the door,
Yeah.
just covering all options.
Mm-hmm. So that was with your bonus 2? Did you add 2 to it?
Yes, that's I
Okay.
added 2.
You got what? Strength
Yeah.
1 and athletics 1?
I have nothing in athletics,
And
and
strength
strength is 2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't going to be a very difficult thing for Hector. We don't need him to make this roll, because he's going to have like 8 dice or something and only need 2 successes. He doesn't have a problem. Yep, you're struggling, and he's holding you back.
So I start screaming. It's like, I need to feed. Feed me, feed me. Feed me, feed me.
Dr. Walter is looked up and is watching this now. Oh yes,
So
you
I
are
try
very
to
strong.
twist her-
Very strong.
Oh God.
How? I should know this, but if she feeds, does that calm the frenzy?
No,
I'm back. Sorry about that.
no
Phone
worries.
died.
I
Yeah.
was gonna make you make a roll, but she only got 2 successes, and you're gonna get like 8 dice, so you don't need to make that roll.
Okay.
She's struggling.
What's
She
trying to do,
really
slip
ain't
out
that
of it?
strong. She's struggling. She's
I try to
rousing
roll
her,
over
she's
and use you as a
rousing her
backpack.
blood to try and fight you and get herself free, and she still ain't nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't have.
Oh,
a
well, so
problem.
I don't know if you caught this. What I was saying is like, unless Hector knows this would make absolutely no difference, he would be also saying things in her ear like, "Chill out, I got you. Chill out, calm down. You don't need to do this." You know, that kind of thing. Without, he's not trying to be combative and piss her off more. But unless he knows that completely won't make a difference at all, and it's just a strength and skill struggle, then he'll just do that without saying anything.
Well, it is definitely a strength and skill struggle, but you're not having too much struggle. Yeah, you're welcome to say that to her if you want, but it's not going to make any difference.
If it makes no difference, Jessica can't hear it, the beast doesn't give a shit, and he knows this, then no, he's not even going to bother doing that. He's just doing his
that's
job.
really up to you whether or not you think he has enough experience around frenzy to know that it's not going to make a difference. That's up to you.
Yeah, he probably at this point he probably does. He's been through enough like war and battles and shit.
Yeah, and with the Bruja, who have a tendency towards fury frenzy, so.
Yeah, so he knows like he's not even talking to Jessica at this point. So
no, he's not at all.
He's just going to
In fact,
he's just going to dominate her.
Yeah, in fact, not Jessica. As you fight and you can't even get a fucking inch of movement, you look up and you catch a glimpse in the broken mirror, and you see that fucking bitch in the mirror, the cocky ass know-it-all bitch who has complete control over you all the time and never lets you feed. There she is in the fucking mirror.
You bitch. And so now I start lunging for the mirror.
I'm not letting her budge.
If I can't feed, I'm gonna go for the bitch in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'll even try to
relax.
And I'll try to
Into
even
his
like
hold.
twist.
Does feeding stop the frenzy?
Yes, feeding will stop this frenzy. If it's a hunger frenzy. But, I mean, It's looking
No.
like a hunger frenzy, the way she is trying to feed.
Well, and she was yelling, I'm hungry, right?
Yeah.
Or I want to eat
Uh-huh.
or something.
Yep.
How long do frenzies go on?
Till the scene is over. Till the storyteller
Until the scene
feels
is over?
satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, because
This
this is the
pretty
kind of
much going to
position
be an
that
all-night thing.
that's. I mean, this is the kind of position that Hector feels totally comfortable just holding her in. I mean, he's overpowering her strength wise, but I mean, him using the wall as support and the position that he's got on her. This is one where he does. Even if they were the same strength, this is a dominant position. He can just, she's not going anywhere.
What about you? Nobody.
I'm
Drago says to Craig. Hey, nobody. What you think
Yes.
about all of this? Insert
Yes.
yourself into scene.
Well, I mean, I wait. Isn't there like a service at the hotel where they have like people to drink?
No,
Or is that a
this is
different
not
hotel?
a functioning motel. This is not the Rose Hotel.
Okay, so
This
that
is
was-
the shit
This is
motel
next to
that's
the-
on
Oh,
that's on the side of you guys' little seedy bar.
okay.
This was
Which has blood on tap?
This is the motel that was the by the hour motel that Villarreal
Okay.
closed down to give you guys like your own little jail or house, whatever you wanted to do with it.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about that because I'm like, wait, shouldn't somebody just go over and get somebody?
There's probably somebody at the bar.
Okay, well, I guess Craig's gonna be like, hold on, let me just go check something down at the bar real quick. So he's gonna go and see if he can find anybody drunk or getting there.
She's going to kill them.
Well, Okay,
Okay,
so
not Jessica. You are just getting absolutely fucking frustrated that this son of a bitch won't let you go, and he is now the target of your rage. And not only is he the target of your rage, but his fucking blood just might do something to help anyway.
So I start screaming at the top of my lungs, trying to like pull any victim back. And while I'm screaming, I'm trying to look down and around and trying to see where I can't get some purchase. Any scratch, any little bit of blood, anything. But I'm still screaming my head off to see if I can't attract some kind of victim.
Melissa has red tears coming down from her eyes. Okay, Craig leaves the room.
I'm going to. We're like in a shady part of town, right? That's where the thing is?
You are off of Dyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I am going
Yes.
to go outside and look for somebody that deserves to be.
So
mean,
I could see the concern mounting in the room from Hector's end, and I just tell her, "Hey, look, I got her, man. I could do this all night, so don't worry."
Just out of if a vampire frenzies all night and it's a hunger frenzy and they can't get to food, what happens when sunrise comes? Do they just go into torpor like normal? I mean, not torpor. Do they
Yeah,
just go to sleep like
yes.
normal?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless if they've burned all of their blood by then, if they're sitting in hunger 5, they might go in torpor, given the situation, if they were never able to feed.
There could be some guy outside beating up a girl or something.
No, there's no. I mean, you got to go to the bar. Okay, so this is the way it works. This motel was, when it was running, attached to the bar. So
Right.
the entrance to the parking lot goes to the bar, and then you go past the bar down the parking lot where the motel is, and there's not another entrance. So you have to go to the bar to get out. And there is nobody here at the motel unless it's like some kids or crackheads or something. Which there could very well be. Let me roll die.
I don't want to feed her a crack kid because she gets drugs from that, right?
Yep, she gets drugs from that.
I'd rather look for a guy that's
Didn't
feeding.
make it any worse at that point.
Oh no, there ain't nobody out here. Go to the bar.
And I'm not real hard. It was just like if someone's out there, I'll bring them in type of situation, but not like I'm gonna go look for one. It's a
No,
guy.
there
or
would
date
only
type.
be like teenagers or some other kind of deviants
Oh,
that were here because this motel is closed. But no, you don't see anybody. I mean, it's getting kind of late anyway. It's like 1 in the morning.
Okay. And the blood bag wouldn't help, right?
Maybe, but probably not. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
don't,
wouldn't.
how much experience do you have dealing with hunger frenzies? 0?
None. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you think it would help, but it's not going to help. No, she has to feed
Yeah.
from it. Drinking from Hector isn't even going to help. It won't end the frenzy.
Right. Okay.
If she
No.
managed to get a hunger level out of Hector in their little struggle, it still wouldn't help. She has to drink from a person, and she has to drain them all the way.
Yeah. All right. Well, if there's no one that I deem worthy of dying, then Hector can just hold her.
That bitch in the mirror is laughing at you.
You bitch. I'm gonna kill you. So I literally trying to like relax and then go alternating between relaxing and then trying to hurt this thing that's holding me back.
Okay.
While trying to lunge at the bitch in the mirror.
Yeah, go ahead and make me another strength and athletics roll, and a rouse check first, and you're going to add that 2 dice to it.
Rouse. And then strength plus athletics. Adding 2.
3
whopping
successes
3.
this time.
That's one more than last
that's
time.
good enough. We're gonna make Hector roll. So Hector's gonna be strength, and we're gonna let you use brawl because it's basically what you're doing in your own way. So yeah.
Because this is kind of like a one-on-one combat, like this seems to me like to be right up the alley of like a sporting, like this isn't like pure street fighting trying to kill each other.
You even kind of have your audience. So yeah, we're gonna let it be.
Yeah.
So you can add your thing. So add 3 dice, 2 from your potence, 1 from your specialty. So it'll be brawl and strength and plus 3. He's gonna have like 12 successes.
Brawl, strength, and plus 3, right?
Yes.
I kind of feel like I even want to. Well, she's got 3 success dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to rouse this as well, just to make sure
Go
this
for it
doesn't
if you
go
want,
awry.
sure.
And I'm gonna rouse as well.
Okay. Nobody's getting hungry today, and it's pissing me off. Okay.
It's like the first
Add
day of
2 more dice.
Vampire all over again.
So now you add 5.
All right. So now it's a plus 4. It's plus 5. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So all right. So I'm sorry. So I'm going. It's like a sporting combat. The specialty gives me the plus 1, right?
Where's Jack?
Which
So
goes
he
into
could
the 5. Right?
critical fail every fucking thing he rolls.
All right. All right. So I'm going brawl
And
strength
plus 5.
and plus 5. Jesus, that's the most modifier I've had in a roll. And even with that, I had a string of shitty dice.
You kind of had a pretty bad roll for that. But it was plenty. That's why I didn't have you bother rolling.
Still got 5.
Yeah. Maybe she's fighting you, and she's putting up a fight this time. But yeah, all you really had to do was like, dial it up to 3. You got her taken care of.
Yeah, it's Hector's making a face like, "Oh shit, I didn't know she had this in her." But
Right.
you know,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
he's got
Yeah,
superior.
so now,
He's trained for this. And
Yep.
so now it's more along the lines of, okay, well, that didn't work. I'm going to, because he's got his legs wrapped around my hips, right?
Mm-hmm.
yep,
So
I put
I
a picture
try
in the
to,
chat in case anybody's like, it's a rear naked choke. So I would have gone with underhooks maybe because a choke will help control her head, but I've got my head press, so I may have just taken my underhooks. But if she starts to struggle too much, I'd go to the choke just to control her better.
okay,
Use my
so
elbows to pat her arms down.
Oh, it looks like his arm isn't very fucking far away from your mouth.
No, I'd keep it
No.
under her chin. I'm not letting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not putting it near her mouth. That's under her chin. She can't get to that.
Okay.
That's a tight hold. And again, I would have started with underhooks. So
Mhm.
I'm not even, but if her head starts to stray too much, then I'm going to the choke to control the head. That's more important. If she tries to raise her arms up, I'm using those elbows to bat the arms down and hold them in place.
All right. Yeah, you got her pretty
The other
good.
thing is Hector's skill set is like, even if she momentarily like manages to shift, I'll just adjust to another position and hold her back in place.
Right.
So we can go from the wall to the other picture I put in there. Like he could do this all day. He's a trained
getting
fighter.
really frustrated, screaming at you and screaming at the mirror. Yeah.
you know what? She's gonna go ahead and try to put her hands underneath his elbow, and in one very sharp motion, push it up and bite his arm.
Okay. She is now
I would have
attempting to bite at you. You still don't have any problem, but
Yeah,
but you do recognize that
I can't see
her
how she can
tactics
get
have
that.
changed. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep my my arm underneath that chin, and almost like apply pressure, forcing her mouth to stay closed.
Dragos claps again. Oh, you're so strong. Awesome. Amazing. I'm so happy.
I mean, she's not exactly trained for this, but
No, I don't think
she's
she
impressive.
is. Okay, Craig goes to the bar.
Stronger than I thought.
Did you take Bright with you?
Yeah, I would go with him.
Okay. I don't know what day it is. Saturday? We started like on the day it was. So it's Saturday night at the bar, so yeah, it's full of, well, it's like 1 in the morning though, so it's full of a lot of drunk people. Well, it's not that full.
Does anybody look like sad, like depressed, like they're about to jump off a bridge, kind of sad?
Nope.
Maybe a businessman whose tie's taken off and
Nope.
he just looks like he's given up.
Nope.
Oh.
Hey, by the way, I would have also, who's still in the room with me? Because I would have asked somebody to move that mirror too.
Oh, I am. I'll take the mirror down.
Everybody
Or
except
raise it
for
or
Craig.
Thanks.
Craig and Bright.
Okay, cool. And somebody please move that mirror. It's agitating her.
Is it what? Can I take it down or do I need to break it?
It is, yeah, you can take it down.
Okay. I just take it down and turn it around so she can't see it. Or not Jessica can't see Jessica.
What'd you do with her?
Just that sentence.
You should have helped her. No, you should have helped me hurt her. So I
Wait,
start
just
getting
out
mad
of
at
curiosity,
Mila.
would she have calmed down if Mila just broke the mirror instead?
Nope.
Would
I
that have
doubt
made any
that.
impact?
She would not have calmed down.
Probably not.
The only thing to make her calm down is after she has completely drained a human or the sun comes up.
Well, so in our experience, that's what I'm wondering is when we get close to the sunrise, right? Like, will she have tired out by then, or is this going to be one of those where we got to put her underground in a restrained position, like tie her up and put her under?
I think, yeah, you're just gonna hold her and the sun's gonna come up. Yeah.
But the room is the room like also sunproof? I'm guessing.
It should be. I assume
Soundproof and maybe
you guys have
Yeah,
sunroofed
yeah,
the
probably.
room.
Okay.
At least a couple of them,
Okay.
so that you wouldn't have this problem.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, given
So,
given just one day of preparation, it's not that hard to sunproof a room. So
Yeah, I'm also
yeah,
gonna
we could
say a
have
lot
done
to the
this
room.
a lot smarter.
Yeah, I would say to everybody in the room, like, yeah, I mean, I can do this until the sun comes up. I'm just wondering which one of us could fall asleep first. So
good
we should maybe
question.
start to think about probable restraint, like some kind of external restraint, in case I conk out first. I mean, I think I can willpower past her, but I don't know, man. The beast is flowing, so.
Well, which one of us is older, technically?
Not
Is
by
it Hector?
enough. You guys are made
Oh.
like within one day of each other. It's not gonna matter.
No, never mind.
Oh, I forgot Aaron's here.
Yeah, we should.
He should do something. What's he doing?
I mean,
He's
does anybody
kinda
have access to any of those beds that they use for insane asylums, like with the restraints and all that stuff? Maybe we should. Maybe we
You
can
guys
get one
could
of
have
those
got
here in
one
the
if
next
you
few
wanted
hours.
one. You guys could have got one.
Can we assume it's here? Like we
Restraint
have
Yeah.
that always on hand as
Yeah,
part of the
sure.
motel?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
You never restrain
You
her.
I'm gonna try to
you
get
might
her
have it
into
in
a
a
restraint
different room,
jacket, though.
but you'll have one. Yeah.
yeah. So at some point, somebody wheel that up here, please, in the next few hours. And we get close to sunrise. If I'm starting to feel like I'm, going under, I'll throw her on there and we'll restrain her with that.
Not Jessica, you're pretty sure you can outlast him. You're pretty sure he's gonna pass out before you, and then you'll be able to drink anybody you want. You'll have to
Not
be
that.
you'll have to be fast because there will only be minutes left before the sun comes up. But it won't take you
Shit.
much.
I need to feed. Why won't you let me feed? There was a perfectly good blood bag in here. Why didn't you let me feed? So
He's just not saying anything. He's not engaging either way. He's holding it up.
Vasanta Sena was just like this. This is great. Brings back memories.
you Joker, get over here.
Oh.
Come here, Joker.
He-
You wanna laugh? Let's laugh together.
He gets down and he kneels down and looks right at you. Hi?
Come here, I have a secret to tell you.
You do not have any secrets from me.
Oh? What's the difference between a regular joke and a dad joke?
What is that joke?
Come here, let me tell you. You want to know the answer, don't you?
Do you know what, Jessica's beast? I'm not like you. I want Jessica come back. You kind of suck. Yes, yes, you kind of suck. And he stands up and walks away.
You imbecile, I don't care how old you are. So I try to hook his feet as he gets up to walk away.
Yeah, you don't have any movement. You try.
Yeah, I've got your legs pinned down. Every time you try to do that, I'm just gonna slam your legs back to the floor.
Oh, but I want to try so hard.
Yeah, you do try. He feels the resistance, and then he just, dials it back up to 3.
Yeah.
And he's got you under control.
Well, not Jessica has basically access to all Jessica's ability, right?
No.
Logically.
You can't
Like
do
dominate.
You can't do dominate or presence. You can only do fortitude, potence, celerity, and prudent.
So she can't try to mesmerize any
No.
of the people in the room to
No.
either let them feed off of her or
Nope.
let her feed off of them.
Nope.
She can't.
No. She
Well,
is.
obfuscate is not going to do me any
She
good.
is a frantic, violent impulse that is trying to feed, and is a constant strain on Hector. But like he was made for this. So.
I have a question.
What?
If I poke her with a poison blade, what would it do?
Does it make kindred pass out, or only people?
It doesn't. Yeah, I went to read it. It says, hold on, let me go back to it. Darn it. Give me a second, I had it read.
Hector's feeling like she's gonna get real scrappy when we get close to sunset.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Okay, so it says, it incapacitates affected mortals while hampering vampires, if not necessarily rendering them helpless.
Okay, I guess there's a roll that they make to resist it or something.
Yeah, it
Blood
says,
sorcery?
the user rolls a contest of strength plus blood sorcery versus stamina plus occult. Vampires with fortitude may resist with stamina and fortitude. If the user wins, the poison does the marksman and aggravated health damage to mortals, and in non-have superficial health damage to vampires. A mortal who takes even 1 point of damage collapses unconscious.
Okay. So, let's see.
You have to have
Stamina
fortitude for
versus
that, though?
occult.
Mhm.
So
Let
the
me
poison
just go
does
ahead
the
and roll that
margin
just so you can.
in aggravated health damage and in non-have superficial health damage. It just causes damage.
What?
Yeah.
Would Jessica have
But-
any modifiers against that?
Do you have any fortitude or occult?
Well, I don't think so.
I don't think you have.
I have 0 to occult, and I have
So
2
you
to
would
stamina.
just roll stamina. What's your stamina? 2?
2.
Yeah, you would just roll 2 stamina, and Lynn would roll strength and blood
Wow.
potency, which is what, 5?
But if it's just gonna hurt her, I'd probably piss her off more, so I don't want to
Yeah.
do that. I was just thinking, I just wanted to see if there was a chance it would, like, poison her and calm her down.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like
what did
it.
it say in the? Okay.
I don't want
Incapacit-
to hurt her.
hampering vampires, if not necessarily rendering them helpless. I think it just causes damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm not gonna worry about that.
That is another thing. You guys could put her in torpor, and then wake her up later. That's another thing that would end the frenzy.
I could go find somebody for her to eat, too.
Okay,
I just
Craig.
have to
Torpor's
go to the
extreme, though, right?
Craig is in the bar
Isn't that like-
looking for somebody for her to eat. He's looking around.
Yeah?
Is anybody miserable enough that I
somebody
won't
depressed.
feel bad enough that I won't feel bad feeding them to her?
Oh.
You're not
No,
seeing anybody. You don't see anybody
Hey,
who's like probably going to go hang himself instead of go home. Nobody's that.
Am I aware that's where he is?
Yes. I think. Or did he just leave the room?
I don't know.
No, he said he was gonna go look for somebody, and before he left, Joker said she's gonna kill him. So
Yeah, that's right. Joker
the room
did say,
knew.
she's going to kill him.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I would have said if Hector heard any of that, he would have been like, "Why? I've got her." Right. That's before we had to talk about what.
I mean, it's hard for Hector to hear stuff. I mean,
She's screaming by him.
Yeah.
she's
I'm too busy
screaming on my
screaming.
yeah, she's screaming fucking constantly. In fact, it's probably the screaming more than the physical resistance that's causing damage to Hector. So
Well, and nobody needs to know this, but Mila wouldn't mind.
Milo
seeing
when she smokes weed.
how- Yeah.
Milo wouldn't mind what?
wouldn't. He wouldn't mind watching this happen if we find somebody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So. if that
Okay, well,
makes sense.
Craig, you're in
She
the
sounds like
bar.
a straight sadist.
I know that. I'm just letting
You are in the bar.
out of care.
You don't see anybody who looks so fucking sad that he's probably not going to go home. He's going to go jump off a building. So, what's your next standard?
Bright, by any chance, you know anyone near... What? Oh, no, he was gonna, like, he feels bad asking this, but he's like, Bright, do you know anybody, like, in the service days that's just kind of nearby and just kind of, like, tired of everything?
No, Bright isn't from here.
Hey, I wonder, from a technical standpoint
Anyone
too.
that I know is long dead.
Yeah.
So the beast will not, in a feeding frenzy, you're not going to ignore the sun, though, right?
No, it wants to live. It wants to live even more than Jessica does.
Okay, because my plan is to restrain her until the very last moment before I feel like, hey, I'm about to go, like I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Throw her in the contraption, and then we all clear the room. That's my plan. We all clear the room and go somewhere else, because then that gives her like that gives her nobody to attack at the end, and then she's not going to run into the sunlight.
Right.
Wait.
So
I forgot I have this. And I made sure I do have it. I have extinguished Vitae. Vitae?
Mm-hmm.
The user can
Vitae.
intentionally remove the unlife-giving properties of some of the blood in another vampire, stoking their hunger. Oh, that makes them hungrier.
Yep.
Never mind, I don't want to do this.
That would
What
kind
if...
of make things worse.
Yeah, never mind.
Well,
Yeah,
The other way.
you can burn the blood right out of a vampire to make him hungrier.
Yeah, we don't do that. Never mind.
I know Craig is in the room to say anything, but like, are there any sheets in the room that maybe they can just wrap Hector and Jessica together, so this way, like when Hector goes into torpor, you're still tied up to him, so she can't escape.
She's not going to do anything for
You mean
Sleepy
sleep?
time.
That's not going to do she.
yeah. I'm not going to sleep next to her right now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you give up your search in the bar or what?
I mean, if there's nobody that's... Yeah, I guess there's
I
nobody.
mean, there are a
that
couple of people that are pretty fucking drunk. Sure.
Okay, well, let me
But
go,
there's nobody
let me
like
go, I guess-
writing a suicide note on their phone.
Darn it!
Yeah, this is a you're going to feel bad about it one way or the other type situation.
Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, I guess he'll go back. Like, unless it's like really, really apparent, he doesn't want to lead somebody into committing suicide. He's fine if like, oh, well, they're gonna do it anyway, so he'll just help them. But he doesn't want to like push like a drunk person to do it.
About half an hour has passed and Craig comes back by himself. I assume Bright stayed outside.
Oh wait,
Oh yeah, Bright stayed outside, keeping an eye on the door with one hand on the pistol. He's not taking any chances.
I forgot to ask. I mean, Craig didn't want to do this. He would rather do a human first. But would animal blood help any?
Nope. Vampires eat people. Just because you're a fucking
Okay.
vegan, that's the vampire term for
Farmer.
it, doesn't mean that if you were in
Yeah.
a hunger frenzy, your beast doesn't want to eat an animal either. No, that's your fucking hang up.
Okay.
And she's actually, you have to be careful what animal you feed her because she has a prey exclusion of cats.
Not Jessica doesn't have a prey exclusion.
Oh, okay. But that wouldn't
But
affect
she
Jessica.
I mean, she doesn't want to eat a cat though. She wants to eat a person.
That would probably cause a stain, right? If her beast eats a cat, that would probably cause a stain on her, though, anyway, right?
It might. I think it probably would.
That's
Yeah. Especially
Okay.
if she remembers it.
like Hector still felt. Actually, he was never. Enriquez never told him about what he did, right?
No, but you have some nightmares about it. You have some memories. It's not
Yeah.
clear,
But like, if I knew
yeah.
that my beast slaughtered everybody in that facility, I would still feel pretty bad about that. Right? That would cause a problem, even if it was my beast and not me.
Right.
It's sort of like if your car was used in a hit and run, you'd feel bad about owning the car.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Craig comes back.
Isn't it more like I was really drunk and I didn't mean to do that? And who the fuck was? You know what I mean? Like, or if you were mind controlled.
Okay, so Craig, you come back into the room. Hector still has her on the ground up against the wall. He's holding her tight. She is like trying to bite at his arm, but she just can't get any movement. He's too good at this. Hopkins is pacing. Melissa is crying, blood tears. Dr. Walter is sitting in the corner on the floor reading his book. And Dragos is cleaning the makeup. He's wiping the makeup off of his face.
Oh wait, does anybody have dominate powers that they can use? No, wait, that would be animalism, huh? Never mind. Because like I was wondering about if they have anything that could like mess with the beast, but you would need like just
That's
I think
animalism.
it's level 3 animalism that does.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
So how far out from sunset are we?
We'll say another hour has gone. I'm going to give plenty of time for you guys to just, talk about whatever, deal with whatever. I mean, we can end it whenever you guys want if you don't have anything else going on.
I mean, I just want to make sure. Do we have the restraint bed in here by now?
Oh, I'll go get it.
Okay. Yeah,
and that's, I mean, we would have built
Mila
that
and
strong
Craig
enough
go
to
get it,
restrain
and they come
Kindred.
back with it. It didn't take very long.
And we would have built that strong enough to restrain Kindred, not just humans, right?
Well, most Kindred,
like that,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe not most Kindred, but yeah, it's going to be able to restrain her.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hector in a frenzy might be a different story, but her in a frenzy is not as bad.
Okay, Dragos does not have his beard right now because he shaved to put on the Joker makeup. But, that's the face that you find under as he takes it off. He doesn't get it all off perfectly either. Somebody took the mirror.
So Hector's not going to be much for conversation, I don't think, because he's got this struggling beast screaming in his ear the whole
constantly
time.
fighting and screaming at you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, why don't you guys
So,
tell Dragos about yourself? I want to know who Aaron's friends are.
Not Jessica could have fun with this.
I don't know how to have fun with this. I'm just too, not Jessica's just too pissed off and screaming and trying to figure out ways to maneuver out of Hector's grasp. She's like, somebody better feed me. Somebody, feed me now. Feed me, Drago.
Miss Mila, tell Dragos about yourself. Tell Dragos about yourself.
Like, what do you want to know?
Dragos is bored and wants to know about you.
That's a fair. Yeah.
What? What am I? Banu Hakim, right?
Banu Hakim, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I am. I'm a Banu Hakim.
Oh, the Assumites. I know them very well. Very well.
I assumed you would. And your thoughts on them?
What? My socks?
Oh. Your thoughts.
My thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The Banu Hakim are
They're feeding me! Feed me now! Come on!
Very interesting clan. They are very purposeful. Always with purpose. Everything they do, purpose this, purpose that. Like holy righteous warriors trying to save the world. Who forget that they are vampires and eat people. That's what I see.
I can deal with that.
You're not feeding me. Feed me. I need food now.
How long have you been
Mila,
canine?
you like to see people die.
Mila.
Bring me somebody who died.
How long have you been canine?
No, Mila, look at me. Sorry.
She's not wrong.
How long have you been canine?
What? Who's he talking to? Me?
Yes.
Yes.
What does that mean?
How long have you been a vampire?
How long have you been
Oh.
a canine?
How long has it been?
21
20?
years? 22 years? 21 years?
20. Yeah, I'd say they
Wait,
were around 20,
20?
about 20.
Almost 21 years? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say about 20 years.
Oh, so young. So
Mm-hmm.
young. And you, nobody. And he points at Craig.
Yes.
How long have you been canine?
Mila.
About a
Bring
year.
me
It's been about a year,
food.
right?
Yeah, it's
About a
been
year.
About a year.
I think.
Almost.
Mila.
Oh, very young. Very young. If you ever
Not
want
the
to be
youngest, though.
anybody, you
Right.
have to convince yourself first that you are not nobody. Do you understand?
Sure.
You are not
And
nobody.
Craig kind of like,
You are somebody. Do you remember this?
thank you. While I have your attention, and he pulls out his wallet. By any chance, I don't know if you how familiar you are with the Sabbat, but have you by chance seen any of them with these two dogs around here? And he shows them a picture of his huskies.
Let me see.
Mila.
I know all the Sabbats in town. And he looks at the picture. I see one, I think.
Craig kind of like leans forward. Really? Where?
It is with a man named Antoine Salazar.
Do you know where Anton Salazar has been? Have you seen him
Mila.
recently?
I do not know his haven, no.
You want to see
I
someone die,
respect
Dreamy?
people's domain. I respect domain.
I don't think you can do it as well as I can.
The next time I see him, I will tell him that nobody is looking for him.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he knows.
It's like the Odyssey. Who's Noman?
Noman.
Okay. Let's
Isn't that what Nemo means too?
Yeah, nobody.
While we talking, do you have any questions for Dragos? Ask Dragos questions.
Oh,
Dragos has not had good conversation in 50 years. Not with friends of.
Craig.
Baron. What?
Mila.
Okay,
Give me
is
food.
Craig just has to know this because he's like the only person I feel who hasn't seen it. But is the Joker actually as good as everyone says it is, or is it just kind of like the hype train? Because I haven't seen it yet.
I'd say movie. I know. I don't know if movie is good. I don't. I have nothing to compare it to. Actually,
That's fair.
I kind of find it boring. But he was so excited to show it to me.
Very kind of like lets a sigh of relief. Okay, good. I'm not missing out.
No questions for Dragos. He looks over at Jessica. You still suck. You still suck.
I won't be sucking until I have blood in my mouth.
Yeah,
Give me something to suck on.
you suck. And do you have any questions for Dragos?
Why don't you help me
Dragos want
eat?
to talk to Jessica. You go away and bring back
Well,
Jessica.
then get me some food. Get me some food. Get me some food.
All you want is food. Dragos
Why you
can
not
get
give me
you
food?
Dragos will get you food. He looks at Hector. Should Dragos go get her food?
Who does?
Dragos.
Nah, I got her, Dragos. We just got to worry about the end of the night here.
Okay.
We'll put her into that bed, and then we'll all roll out of here. That should solve it.
You think that if Beast eats, it will make Jessica feel sad? Yes?
There's just no need for that. We don't need to call attention. I got her. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think this is a problem. We got the bed now, and I got her for now.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Dragos?
Me?
Yeah.
Not right now, brother. Brother, I'm having trouble hearing you. Honestly, she just won't shut up.
That she sucks.
Because nobody's gonna feed me. You wanna see me suck? Bring me a victim. I need human.
Don't worry, not much longer now. We'll get Jessica back.
I don't even know Jessica.
Why do you
I
want that
miss her
bit?
already. You girl, Melissa. Tell me about yourself. And Melissa says, "Oh, I like painting. I like painting is fun."
Went from crying tears to I like painting.
Yes.
Why
Like
don't you
instantly
paint
at the drop of a hat.
Paint a picture that Jessica would like to see when she's back.
Oh.
Alright, that's just about made me cry.
You,
No big face, so stop crying.
you think Jessica wants to see a picture of Jessica's Beast?
No, I don't.
Okay. You think maybe Jessica wants to see the sunset? I could draw the
Yes,
sunset. I
think-
still remember. It wasn't that long.
I think that would be.
Okay. And she pulls that.
I think-
I like sunsets. I don't get to see them anymore. I bet Jessica liked it. And she starts
I
drawing.
think she will too.
And Dragos looks at Aaron and he says, "What she liked that before Curse of Volkov or after?" And Aaron says, well, I mean, she was a little bit like that, but it's much worse. Bad choice. Good choice, Jessica. Bad choice, Melissa.
She was an uppity bitch. I always thought she was helping people. Stupid. She was helping Aaron's food bag.
And then, yeah, Jessica's Beast. I like that. Dragos goes over and sits on the floor next to Dr. Walter and starts talking with him real quiet. quiet voice. Aaron is still pacing. He keeps looking over at Jessica. Alright. We can finish the scene, but if anyone has anything else they want to say or do, let's do that. Otherwise, we'll be done.
Because Craig has an awareness and then another point in for smell. Can he get like a can he? I know he's human form, but would it be possible for him to get like something to maybe sniff close to Dragos to get his scent, or that's only in beast form?
I mean, you can get his scent.
Okay.
Vampires don't put off a whole lot of scent,
that before.
but you can get his scent. I mean, you don't have to get like right up in his fucking face to get it. But vampires don't give off a whole lot of scent, by the way. Just so you are aware.
Yeah.
Vampires don't have this dead skin cell problem or this BO problem where, you know, you take a bath and it's hot outside and then 2 hours later you stink again. Vampires don't ever stink. So,
like the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, only Gar would think that they smell. All right.
I don't know, like another hour goes by. It's like 3 in the morning now. Dragos stands up after talking with Dr. Walter. Well, Dragos is leaving. This was fun, but honestly, Dragos was hoping for something more fun. I want to talk with Aaron, but I think I want to talk more with Jessica. And he looks down at not Jessica. And this bitch is still here.
That bitch will never come back. Not if I have anything to do with it. I'm tired of being her slave.
Yes, well, soon you will go away and she will be back and I will laugh because it will be funny. Okay, anybody have any questions for Drago before Drago leaves? Drago have to find a place to sleep.
Somebody offer him a room.
Nice to meet you. Got rooms at the hotel, Dragos, if you want.
And
Yeah.
Dragos think you all, what is the word? Cool. You are cool. But Dragos no trust you enough to stay here.
Are you sticking around town, buddy, or are you just
Kane,
passing through?
I have not decided. And he looks over at Aaron. That will depend on Aaron's decision when I ask him and Jessica to come with me. Dragos wants to put his family back together. Okay, no questions for Dragos. Then Dragos leave. Good to meet everybody. And he just goes out the door. Okay. Hours go by. It starts becoming close to sunrise. You guys tie her to the bed. As long as Hector does all of the holding, then you don't have too much problem shackling her to the bed.
Yep.
She is, once you let go of her, and it's just the bed holding her though, she is a fucking monster trying to break that damn thing. We'll even let her roll. Go ahead and roll again. Roll your...
What am I rolling?
Heavy steel chains though, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll strength and athletics and add 2 dice.
Do I have any strength? Alright, I have 2 strength.
Yep.
I don't have any athletics.
Yep, and then add 2 dice. And make a rouse check. She's using your... If she fails, you get hungry.
Okay, hold on. Let me do the rouse check. Nobody's getting hungry.
Nobody's getting hungry. Where the fuck is Jack? That 2 successes is nowhere near enough to break the steel chains. So she's fighting.
Well, you haven't made Mila rouse for anything.
No, she hasn't done anything.
No.
She hasn't been trying to be
I don't know
invisible
if
or
you're
anything.
invisible.
She almost poked you with some blood.
I thought about it.
Okay,
Empty.
and then you guys go find your own rooms and just leave her in here?
Yeah, we would have left her in the bed like right at the last minute. I want to leave as little time as possible.
I mean,
Like,
Bright can stay outside
like,
and
I'd
watch
say
the
we-
room just to make sure.
Yeah,
No, I want to keep an eye on her.
Yeah,
I want to be right
Bright
there.
would
If she
be on the other
manages to
side of the
break that,
door just in case.
yeah, if she wants to break that bed, I want to be right there to slam her ass right back into place and hold her.
Yeah, I mean, she
but
tries, but
I'd
she's
wait
just
until-
not strong enough.
Yeah, but I wouldn't just leave it. I'd wait until the last possible minute,
Okay.
and then close that door to that room, and roll out and go to wherever other room in the motel I normally stay at.
Sounds good. Okay. You guys got a room for Aaron and Triton and Melissa? They all stay
I'm
together.
assuming the hotel is able to has capacity for multiple vampires. I'm assuming, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a motel owned by vampires, mostly for vampires.
Yeah.
So. Sunproof and all.
Okay. There we go then. You'll wake up tomorrow and Jessica will be all better.
Nice.
Air quotes, all better.
You guys did not dig any information out of Dragos. He had so much
Well,
information.
Craig tried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you kept giving us
if-
those chances. I just thought it would be out of character for Hector to try to
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
talking to
uh,
him with,
If Jack was here, you
Everybody
guys
was
would have
kind
learned
of
so much stuff. So much stuff. You guys would have learned all kinds of stuff about Archbishop Felix, the leader of the Sabbat. What else? I don't know. You would have learned just about anything that you wanted to know about the Sabbat.
Craig tried to find out where Salazar was.
Well, he
Yeah, well, Craig didn't know how to
you,
push.
you pretty much got the information
Yeah.
that Salazar is in town. That's it. He's not going to tell you where his haven is.
Yeah.
That's not how you make friends. Telling their enemies where they live.
He didn't know that Craig was an enemy. I mean, he's
He
his
knows
sire.
that you're
They could
looking
be
for him.
friends.
You don't fucking tell people who are looking for people where they live.
That's true.
It's a general rule. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah.
it's called snitches get stitches.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, everybody gets an experience. And I don't think anybody got a stain, though Craig would have had he found somebody to feed to Jessica.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's about to get bad if we did find somebody.
I would have told him get that person the fuck out anyway because I had it under control. So there's and Hector probably would have been really annoyed at Craig.
And Craig would
doing
have been
that.
like, "It's okay. This guy already wrote his suicide note and everything."
Yeah,
right here on his apple.
That was the reason for that. Like, he's not going to be around anyways. Might as well put him to use.
He's gonna
No, I wouldn't have done that.
justify
I
it.
wouldn't have done that because
Are
Jessica
you
would have
kidding?
felt bad
That would have
about
made
that.
Right.
Jessica feel even worse because this is somebody she could have helped.
Yep.
Oh, that's
No, there's no way Hector would have let that happen.
Yeah.
And you combine that with all the shit about the checking the pockets instead of jumping into the fight and some of the other stuff that Craig has done, that would have just aggravated.
Yeah.
Like Hector has been annoyed about a few things about Craig, but he's chalking it up to Craig being kind of a neophyte and learning.
Yeah.
So in the moment he gets annoyed, but then later he looks at it, he's like, "Hey, he's new. I got to help teach him." But
well, I think
definitely
that's the first
expect
two
when Craig does shit like that, Hector might snap at him in the moment.
That's the first time Craig's seen a frenzy too. I think.
Yep.
Like I don't think he
Yeah.
saw. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean this is not it's Jess and Jimmy thing. It's more like a Craig and
Yeah. No,
it's more of a Hector and Craig thing where he's like there's some annoyance starting in the moment because Hector's a very practical, take action dude, and Craig seems to be more of totally like noob, like walking around, and so in the moment Hector has to fight the urge to yell at him and realize he needs to teach him and help him learn.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know it's RP. It's nothing personal. No worries.
Okay, everybody got your experience recorded?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could sense that Sestonn was trying to push us to ask questions, but I also personally don't like the to get out of character to strategize things. You know what I mean? Like, if Hector's not getting involved, he's not getting involved. I'm just like, I'm gonna let my teammates do what they do.
Yeah, and Hector would have had some trouble having conversation with her screaming. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wasn't gonna make it easy for anybody to have a conversation.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, remember, Hector's still Bruja, so at some point, even though he knows it's her beast, she's gonna annoy that. She's already pushing his nerves. He wants to shut up and smash her head against the wall, but he knows he can't do that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we found ourselves in this position of we've got this lore guy right here where he could dig around and look at stuff, but at the same time we're all focused on trying to get Jessica through this.
Yep.
I mean, I kept trying to project. I know for Hector, I was trying to project like, hey, don't worry, I have her every time she tries to move. Like, it's good you guys are in the room, so if something crazy happens, that half, 0.5% that she breaks loose and manages to get a hold of my neck or something, you guys are there. But for the most part, that's what I want to do is take her out of the equation, let you guys do your thing with this guy Dragos and find out what's going on. But I also didn't want to, I didn't want to step into that hey.
Well, you guys aren't done with Dragos because he was very impressed with Jessica, and so
cool.
Everything that he was going to offer to Aaron, he now wants to offer to both Aaron and Jessica because she is clearly a better choice. Or at least maybe just this day's Aaron, where he's all meek and sheepish. Maybe he'll be stronger tomorrow.
Also, I kind of think that, we were with everybody being hyper-focused, we kind of I think there was a little bit of oh my goodness, what are we going to do? A little bit of, panic. And next time we definitely need to bring cuffs, handcuffs, leg cuffs, straitjackets, maybe a double straitjacket.
Honestly, it would have been smarter to do this near the end of the evening, so they wouldn't have had to restrain me
I
very
was
long.
really expecting you to have a much longer conversation with Dragos before you did this. But yeah, you jumped right in.
Yeah, I think it was a mix of
anxiety.
It was just a mix because this thing happened unexpectedly, right? We all were having that weird conversation with Aaron, and we're like, "Oh wait, you're bonded? Oh, we can take that away." And he was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it now." And so it was just that's what kind of caught us on. We didn't have anything set up, but the other thing, Hector normally I guess he felt like I can restrain her myself, so he didn't worry too much about it. But yeah, optimally, you would have had her strapped into that bed. And then fed her the blood while she was strapped in, so he wouldn't even have to do all that.
Yep.
And then maybe he underestimated her strength a little bit, but finally, he was able to keep her restrained, so that was good. But I was definitely thinking we didn't plan this out very well. Luckily, I'm a lot stronger and more skilled than her at this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The only good thing we did was ask Hector to go ahead and hold me while I bite this guy.
Yeah.
Hold me, bro. Hold me back, bro. But no, the thing is with Jessica, her focus for the evening was on Aaron, and so once it was clear that the Joker wasn't going to be a threat, and he was, that he wasn't just going to be gone in 10 minutes, You know, that was kind of like, all right, his priority went down because I got to help Eric. Because that's who she is.
Yeah, and I didn't know the Joker's motivation. So from what I was thinking was like, if this guy gets hostile, we're gonna be in trouble. Where like our strongest guy is occupied with trying to restrain her. You know what I mean? And so I was kind of a little I was weary of this turning into a situation where I have to let her go and just to fight this Joker dude. See where all the chaos.
Throw her at the Joker.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what I would have tried to do, but you know, that would have been a wild card like situation where we're fighting some vampire and then she's also frenzied on the loose.
Oh shit!
So here's the question: so if Jessica is frenzied because she removed somebody's blood bond, and then she goes and takes another a bite of a vampire because that was the only thing available, would she start becoming blood bonded to the vampire that she decided to consume? If she doesn't outright Diablerize him.
Well, she would most likely outright Diablerize him. And it still won't feed her. It still won't stop her frenzy. But if she... It would count towards a blood bond if... Well, I don't know if it would... Yeah, because this doesn't give her the blood. Yeah, it would count as the first level of the blood bond to whoever that is if that person lives. Yep.
So the other thing the reason that Hector raised his eyebrow like when he like on this kind of like, whoa, I'm amused about that was just like having, you know, we're 20 years in, but that's still relatively, it felt like, you know, threatening the life of a vampire that's obviously much older and more powerful than us is probably not a move that was a little surprising for me. I was almost expecting the Joker to, maybe if he wasn't such a kind of like Joker or humorous dude that finds it amusing. I think like most older vampires probably would not have taken kindly to that kind of comment, right?
No, I mean, maybe he didn't either. The guy has got 5 points in subterfuge, so.
Right. That sounds like, to me, vampire culture-wise, that seems like immensely disrespectful. Like, even Hector, like, having his prowess would not normally... I'm not picking fights like that.
Right.
That could also boil down to, like, when a kitten hisses at you, you know?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, you think you could actually do something, can you?
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, and no
you're
doubt,
calling Jessica the hissing kitten. Spicy burrito.
In this version,
and especially
vampire,
Mila, I think that Mila has the means.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think Mila has the means to like assassinate anybody, really, but I wouldn't have expected her to outright, you know, threaten an older vampire like that. I would expect her more to just be like, okay, I got you, bro. I'll be back.
In this version of vampire, a non-combat elder is really not that combat imposing. He can add, like, when he does his rouse the blood thing to add stats, he can. This guy can do 3. I think it only goes up to like 4, unless you're fighting the really really old guys. But in the previous versions of vampire, you had a blood pool, and you could drain your entire blood pool. So you could, like, for one attack, you could empty 10 points of... You could have been at hunger 0 and make yourself hunger 5 and empty all 10 of those points and add them to your strength roll for combat and just crush something. So that's one of the things that made the elders very dangerous, is they had like twice the blood pool size.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think like my guy's 11th generation. Everybody else is what, 13th, right? Because I got 2 points in generation.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm 11th generation.
Dragos is 8. The same as Rodrigo.
So I mean, normally me as an 11th, I'm not threatening. Like I'm not threatening eighth, am I? Or it sounds like
no.
you're saying I could fuck Dragos up.
I mean, you would fail because of his dominate powers. He's got other things, but if it just came down to physical combat, you would fuck Dragos. You would fuck Dragos up. But
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like he would just. But yeah, exactly. There's other ways that he could wipe me out before
Yeah.
I can. Like, you know, it's
Uh-huh.
like thinking a fighter versus a wizard. You know, and the wizard's much like older. So I think Hector would not go around threatening a 8th generation, 9th generation, maybe a 10th if he's angry.
right. Let's see. Dragos
Also, the way I
has-
built Hector, like he doesn't have any kind of intimidation anyway. He's not that guy. He's like,
Yeah.
he's just an action guy. He's not threatening anybody. He's gonna go from 0 to 60.
Yep. Dragos's main skills are subterfuge, persuasion, and insight. He does have 3 in melee with a longsword's specialty, but you know he wasn't carrying that with him. He's got 5 in dominate.
But I mean, I'm inquiring less about him, or just about like the general vampire type of.
Oh yeah.
And like to me, like that sounds a little crazy for me. Like
Yeah, you should not go. You should
my
not like go and try to get in a fight with this guy or Rodrigo or Prince James or the Rat King or Baron Vincent or Baron Valentina. They're all beyond you.
Yeah.
Maybe as your entire party, you could, but individually, they're all beyond you.
All right.
Even if they're not beyond you in just straight physical stats, they're beyond you in points in discipline and in blood potency. And the blood potency allows them to, when you rouse to add dice, you add 2, and when they rouse to add dice, they add 3. Also, their blood potency gives them extra dice on using any discipline power, and you don't even get 1. That guy Dragos, he adds 2 dice to any discipline power roll he makes, and he doesn't have to make a rouse check. No, he still has to. For level 1 and level 2 powers, he gets 2 dice on his rouse check, so only half the chance that he has to that he gets hungrier when he does that.
So I still haven't seen I spent 2 points in generation, and by the way, is that right? Then am I supposed to be at 11th?
Yes. So there is some points worth of status to it, but what it's cheaper in experience for you to buy blood potency. That's what I did with it.
Okay.
Blood potency costs 10 experience to go up 10 times the next level, so it costs 20 for you to buy blood potency 2. And with 2 points in generation, that reduces it by 4. 2 points for every 10. So you can raise yourself to blood potency 2 for the cost of 16 experience instead of 20. And then it also has some generational value, especially more among the Camarilla, or it has some status value, but that's more among the Camarilla than it is among the Anarchs. Camarilla have more respect for a lower generation. And it comes with some responsibility as well in the Camarilla. So, okay. Any questions? Are we done?
I'm getting sleepy.
Yep, me too.
Just
All right, last question on blood potency. If I raise to blood potency 2, what does that do for me?
I had it. It's like 3 charts.
You don't have
up.
to answer that today. I've only got 1 free experience.
The chart is in the Discord GM screen.
Okay.
And it's like up 3 or 4 from the bottom. It says because there was a new one. It says new blood potency chart from the companion guide or something like that.
Okay.
And then if you go up more, you'll find the old one, unless I deleted it. I might have deleted it. Okay, Craig was asking something. What you ask?
Oh no, So just out of curiosity, like, because I know we were in a soundproof room, right?
Yes.
But if say, what would somebody screaming be? Would that be like athletics plus strength or stamina? I'm just wondering, like, if somebody really wanted to let loose, like scream for help, or if she decided, yeah, I want to try to scream to see get people to come and try to come in and see what's
Good
going
question.
on. Like,
Yeah, a roll to try and get noticed. Stamina is a good thing. I don't know what
Got
I
2
would.
stamina.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would have used.
See what else would we
With it.
do?
I'm
She only
just
has
curious.
2 manipulation. Yeah, 2 stamina.
Yeah, it would be. I think stamina is a good choice. I don't know. Maybe just stamina plus 2. If I can't think of a skill that would match.
So it wouldn't be athletics?
It could be, I suppose.
She has no
but
athletics anyways.
I really don't think so.
What sport is that? Screaming?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, just
I
you
don't
just
think
have
so.
better cardio, well, all
Hmm.
right.
That's
Lung
She has
capacity.
that's what stamina
She has no
represent.
stealth.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Survival?
She's got no stealth.
Nah, I
she's
don't
a
think
loud
so.
person, right?
Yeah.
Performing and with a specialty in yodeling.
If
Yodi?
if she has high performance, I suppose you could use that, but I think I would just go with like stamina plus 2 or stamina plus 3 and not put a skill.
She has 3 in performance.
Really? Huh. We need to use that.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Well, I'm done. I gotta go to the bathroom. So let's stop the recording
Yeah.
here. Anyone want to say goodbye before I click that stop?
Alright, so the last thing everybody's.
Nope. All right.
We
Bye-bye.
love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching. Here we go.